Hello everyone and welcome back to another stream here for our 2024 in the year 2025, although the game is 2024, Gevga Esports Formula 1 Championship. Today is the final stream that you're going to be seeing us up until September. Now, if you look at the little leaderboard here, you're going to see it's actually not a lot of people have showed up for this race. Sadly, it's only 6, although it is quite a busy day in Gibraltar. You know, we've got the fair day going on, it's summer in general, not going to have many people, although it does not take away from the fact that it's still going to be quite a quality race. We have 6 drivers, 6 very competent drivers on a very, very historic track, Spa de Francorchamps. This is exactly what the track you want to see when you're finishing off a season. Now, sadly, we haven't got our second place champion here, which would have been Derek Alman. He's currently on holiday from what we heard, so sadly he's not here to contest against Sheddy. Sheddy has won the championship, although you know what? It's still going to be a good race. We know Sheddy's won. He's going to be taking that crown right off of Betty's head. Betty now losing that championship lead. Sadly, it happens in racing. You know, people lose races and people lose championships. But Sheddy, honestly, he's definitely won it with a lot of honor. He's taken the race completely by storm and thrown people off of off the track. That he doesn't know. He just is another league of his own compared to some of these drivers. Although it's still going to be a very quality race, as we're following Wilson on his first lap out. He'll be doing the first lap of the season of this race. Now, to say we're not sure when we're going to be starting the next league, although it will be in September. We'll be posting it on our socials, on our Instagram. I'll pull up the actual name of our Instagram. If you guys want to give us a follow there, you're going to be seeing all of the new posts that we're going to be making about it. It's if you go on Instagram and you search up, let's see what it is here. There we go. If you guys go on Instagram right now and search up Esports Gibraltar or just Esports Gib in general, you'll see our little emblem, and then that's where we're going to be posting a lot of stuff up until the coming months when we do the next season. If you do want to get enrolled in the next season and race potentially, get in contact with us on Instagram. You'll see all of our things on Instagram. We'll all get in contact with us in chat. And by email, actually, would be the preferred way. If you go onto our website, you will be seeing our email, our contact information, and there'll be a form there if you want to apply to join our entire little operation that we've got going here. But if you do want to join in the next season, you're more than welcome. Everyone's welcome. And honestly, it'll be pretty fun to see. Maybe you are a competent driver that will throw Sheddy off of the crown. But as you know, we're going to go into the chat here. We've got some followers here. This is lovely to see. We've got some fans for Jamie and for Hernandez. And if everyone has been watching this stream, you know that Hernandez is Mr. Haircut himself. I don't think he has got one, but he's going to be a very good driver. Sadly, last race something happened and he couldn't finish it. But nonetheless, he's going to be here today and maybe gets a win here. But we've also got someone here saying Sheddy has been a beast since day one. And honestly, I'll have to agree with you. As we see that, Sheddy sets in a time of a 1:42.6. Quite a quick lap around Spa. Now, this is what I'm going to be saying here. This track is the longest in the calendar. A minute 42. It's going to be the longest race we have. It's only 22 laps of racing. But with 6 people in it, this might negate the chance of there being a pace car coming out at the random parts of the time. But as we see Perry there, setting in a second time of a 1:44 flat. A great time. As we're going to be following Hernandez as he comes down into, I think that's corner 12, I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure. I'll have to get something pulled up here because I'm not all too certain on that. And yet, correction, he was on the corner 13. Coming down now into corner 15 to 16. We're following here with Hernandez now. Maybe, potentially, taking on that first position slot from Sheddy. And here we are, look, seeing it in the chat here. I can't wait to see you on the next season, Mo. If that's the case where you are racing, you will have me talking your ear off about what maybe you're racing. If you're a good driver, do you think you have what it takes to beat Sheddy and take off that championship crown right off of his head? Honestly, if you think you do, believe it and own it, because Hernandez is definitely believing it and owning it, saying a 1:43.6, already right behind Sheddy. Sheddy is still a second quicker, although I reckon Hernandez is just getting his elbows out a little bit. He's figuring out the track a bit more for himself, and he's going to be getting right into the rhythm of Spa. We know Spa is a very, very non-forgivable track, especially going up Eau Rouge to Radion. That corner is a very infamous corner for crashes, and especially from little mistakes that could cost you your race. But so far, three of our 6 drivers have set their times. This race, really, it brings in a different perspective. We were used to more than 10 people racing, but in the end of the day, with 6 even, I'll be trying my best to bring the heat, bring the action, and bring in some entertainment for you guys and give it a very good race. Remember, have your opinions in the chat, comment all you want, say whatever you want. It is completely welcomed, and we love to interact with you guys. It is fantastic to see. So get your questions out of the way, say anything you want to say. I'm here for the next hour or so, ready to talk to you guys and explain what's happening on track with our drivers. Now, we're seeing here as well, actually, you're right, Sherry definitely has a bounty on his head. For some of these drivers, he definitely has a bounty on his head. Because, think about it, he is now the world champion in this league. Next league, he'll definitely have some people gunning for him. We know that there are drivers that can contest him, such as Derek Alman. Sadly, if you look at the chat, I don't know if I mentioned it before, he isn't here. He is on holiday. We heard from his girlfriend last time in chat. Sadly, we haven't got Derek in here. Although, if he is watching this, I hope you are having a lovely holiday. Thank you for racing all the time, and we long to see you in the next season, because I'm pretty sure you will be. And it would be a shame if you weren't, because you are a very quick driver. That is for certain. But as we're following now, Hernandez going into the pits here, not seeing another lap time. We're going to be following with Gad here in P4 at the moment. He's not set a lap time, but he is about to start his next trap, going through the chicane down to corner 19 to 20. He's going to be starting his lap right about now in this beautiful red Formula 1 car. Going down the pit straight now, going into that hairpin first corner. A very infamous corner known for a lot of crashes in the real Formula 1, and hopefully that doesn't happen. We've got 6 drivers, okay? If people manage to cause a big wreck here, I don't know how that would manage. But we're going to be following Gad now into corner 3, 4, and 5, which is Eau Rouge and Radion, if you do know, obviously. Going down into the Kermel straight, we're going to be seeing it from P4, maybe he can set a time quick enough to beat Shetty. We have seen some really good stuff from Gad, although I don't know if we've seen him contest against Shetty still. But in the end of the day, it could be today. You've not seen a lot from a lot of people, but they can surprise. And I think Gad is going to be one of those drivers that will surprise us. We've got Glata and Wilson as well here. I don't think Wilson was here last race, but once again, it's what you can expect. It is summer. People are enjoying their time at the beach with their family, and it's completely fine. But trust me, once we do the next season, which will be during the winter period, I'm hoping to see quite a lot more drivers, and especially a lot of interaction in the chat, because it's going to be quite cold. Not many people want to be outside. So we're going to be bringing the top quality streams for you guys. But honestly, who do you want to win this race? Who is your driver that you want to see come ahead and beat Shetty? Or if your driver is Shetty, do you want him to win once again? Because he is already the world champion. Many people will say that he can give a little bit of wiggle room to the other ones. But we do know Shetty is a very, very strong driver he's just a force to be reckoned with on this track. And on Spa, it's going to speed. But Glata setting a faster time than Betty, a 44 flat, pushing him into 3rd place. Although, is Gad going to respond with a quicker time now? He's going down the pit straight. I think we might be seeing something special from Gad, and he does. Gad going into that P2 position, setting a 43.2, absolutely demolishing Hernandez's 43.6, and Glata's 44, and Betty's 44 as well. Now, Shetty is less than now he's still like roughly a second a bit less than P2, although Gad has set a very good lap time that isn't that far off of Shetty. Mind you this, in racing standards, you never know what can happen once those red lights go out. It's any man's game right now. But as we're going to be going back into the chat now, the next season will be on the Formula 1 2025 game. The only reason we haven't done it on 2025 this time is because I'm pretty sure Leagues is still not available on 2024. But it will be in 2025, and we will be keeping you guys posted. Make sure, like I said, follow our socials at Esports Gibraltar on Instagram. You'll see us there. We'll be posting a lot of the stuff coming into the next few races that we'll be seeing. Now, if you want to apply again, I'll mention it. Maybe there's more people in the stream now. Go on to our website of Gibraltar Esports, Gevga. Search it up on Google, and you will see a little document with a form. Fill that out, email us, and we can get you enrolled into the next season for the next set of races. Because honestly, I think you guys are going to want to be there. It's going to be a very, very promising race. But as I mentioned, that the only other driver that hasn't set a lap time yet is Wilson. As he's going down from corner 16 now, he's going to be going onto this very, very long section of the track where it's a bit of lefts, rights, just a little bit getting your elbows out. He is not going to be setting a quick lap time. Something might have happened to his car because he's low on fuel currently. But he won't be setting a quick enough lap time to be competing against any of the top 3 at this moment in time. I think he might be going into the pit. I don't think he's going to finish his lap time. He's going to set a 2 minute. Yeah, something must have happened to Wilson's car. Yeah, he hit the wall. If you look there, he had a bit of front wing damage on the front left end plate of his wing. But yeah, we're going to be going into the chat once again now. So we're seeing some Hernandez. Mr. Haircut himself has got some supporters, and that is what you love to see. We've also got Shetty supporters. We've got a bit of a rivalry going on in the chat, which is lovely to see. We love to see it all the time from you guys. Keep the comments coming. I will be trying my best to respond. Hopefully, if we have a very, very competitive race, honestly, I think you guys are going to be quite entertained today. I'll try my best to entertain you if it is boring, although, let's keep our hopes up. It is Spa, it's a historic track, and it is 6 drivers. A lot closer, there's not going to be as many battles. But Shetty responds to Gad's 43.2 and sets a 42.3. Jesus, Shetty has set another fastest lap around Spa, absolutely demolishing the times of Gad. That is mental. It just shows the caliber of driver that Shetty is in the end of the day. He is a very quick driver. As we're going to be following with Hernandez for his fastest hot lap now, we might be seeing him contest against Shetty. Hernandez, Mr. Haircut himself here, is a very quick driver. We know we've seen him do some promising stuff, and I think that's exactly what we're going to be seeing now as well. We know that he can go to that top step on the podium, but it just matters the fact of it is a track that we haven't seen people race on yet. We don't know whose strong points are on this, although from what I'm seeing, it definitely looks like Shetty is finding his way around this track, and he's having a blast with it at this moment in time. Hernandez now going around corner 11 down to corner 12 here. This corner is quite infamous. It is a corner that if you do lose your car, it is not forgiving. It's a very, very long left-hand corner. Now, if you apply too much throttle or if you go too much onto the curbs on the side, you will lose the rear end of your car and maybe you'll go straight into that DHL little barricade of the corner. Now, they do express shipping. They don't expressly fix your car. That's a different story. But yeah, honestly, as you're seeing in the chat here, a 42.3 is crazy around Spa. If you guys know a lot about Spa and that, you will know a 42.3 is a trailblazer of a lap. But like I said, it's what you expect to see from Shetty. He's a driver that will deliver consistently. He's only had one race where he performed out of the top 3, but that was completely just not his race. But we're having with Hernandez now coming around the last chicane here. I think we might be seeing a very good lap time from Hernandez here. I don't think it'll be challenging Shetty, but it will definitely be pushing him up. He gets a 43.7, slower than his last time, although staying in the 43s is still pretty good. I'll definitely tell you that much. Now, we're going to be seeing, hopefully, is with Wilson. We're going to be following Wilson for this. We want to see him set his fastest lap. He's still in an out lap. He's not on a hot lap yet. But in the end of the day, with Wilson, we know he can set a very good lap time as well. Will he be able to contest against Shetty? I don't know. A 42.3, it's a really, really quick lap time. And I don't think we're going to be seeing many drivers even try and challenge that. Sadly, though, what I will say is we are losing. We haven't got quite a lot of people here. We haven't got quite a lot of the people, like the household names. As Science Freak, we know he's a driver that was consistently here. Last 2 races he wasn't here. I'm assuming he must be busy going to the beach. And honestly, you can't blame him. We do want to see Science in the next one. If Science, you are watching this for some reason, we hope to see you in the next one. We would be absolutely lucky to have you. Oh, and we see there Wilson. See, it's just what I sent there with Rooster Radion. It's that corner, and that is just unforgiving all the way. It will just completely claim you and take you out this race. Thankfully, Wilson managed to stay on track there. But yeah, I will have to agree here. Everyone has set a very good amount of laps. I don't think anyone in any means is being slow today. Everyone has set quite good lap times, even from a 42 to a 44. Those are still very, very quick lap times around Spa. Although what I will say is that with there being only 6 drivers, we do know that maybe we're going to have maybe closer battles because there's not as many people to battle if you are at the back now. So maybe we'll have a closed-up pack. So maybe Shetty will have a lot more than he's bargained for with some people. Although, following with Wilson here, I don't think we're going to be seeing an insane lap. He has made a few mistakes if you look here. He went a little bit on the, what's it called, the curb on the side of the track. As he goes into the gravel too. Something is maybe wrong with Wilson's car. And he goes into the gravel there. He's drifting at Lightning McQueen around the corner there. I don't know what just happened. He just completely lost the car. That is such a shame to see. He definitely won't be setting a lap time quick enough to even compete against P5 right now. He is quite far behind. But it's what happens when you spin out there. Even though he did spin out, he kept the car completely fine. He went into the gravel, but nonetheless, he didn't send it into the barrier. I thought he was about to go into it there. Thankfully, going into the pit saved him a little bit there. We're following Glata though now. I think, or actually correction, we're going to go into Perry now as he's on an outlap. This is our former world champion, completely just in P4, a great driver still. Hopefully next season we see him going against Shetty as well. But we're going to be following Glata. He is on his hot lap. Pardon me, I thought Betty was on his hot lap. He is still on his out lap though. Glata with a 44 flat though. It is a very good lap time, but it isn't good enough to get into that top 3. He needs to shave off just a few hundredths of a second just to try and beat Betty. And I think at this moment in time, he might just do that. It does look quite promising this lap right here. I think we're going to be seeing him going to the 43s if we're lucky. He goes a bit too hot into the chicane and he realized it there. And he just knew he wasn't going to be able to get the time, so he goes straight into the pits, which is quite a smart thing to do. You don't want to really damage your car. But we're following Betty now, going from corner 7 now into corner 8 and 9. Very quick corners here, from a right to a left to another right. This is where this track, like I was saying, is a track where you will lose the rear tires of your car. Going now into turn 11, it's Bruxon's corner. Perry is keeping it on the track completely. His car is glued to it. Even though he did have a little bit of wiggle there, he managed to keep it straight as an arrow, not going into a barrier. Now this is this infamous corner of turn 12. His car did handle that very well, although under racing standards with full load on his car, maybe that changes. Although I hope not, because honestly, I want to see some battling from Perry here. I miss seeing him in the top position, and he's had a little bit of a lock up there. I don't know what he's going to be able to do today. I think, will he be able to set a quicker time? I'm not sure, but that is the end of qualifying. That solidifies Shetty in P1, Gad is in P2, Hernandez in P3, Gad is still on a hot lap, and so is Perry. We're going to be following Perry on his last hot lap here, going around to the last section of the chicane here. P4 is where he stands right now. I don't know what he's going to be doing, but he's coming up to the line, and I think it's going to be quite promising. He sets a good lap time. It's not enough to push him up to third. He stays in fourth with a 44. I think it was a 43 something. Nonetheless, it was still pretty good. We're following Gad. He will be setting our last time. I think here he goes into the gravel though. Nonetheless, he knows it's his last lap. I think he's going to full send it. He has to, surely. But in the end of the day, I don't think he'll be challenging Shetty's time. It's just Shetty set such a quick lap time that I don't think anyone can. And that's it, yeah, Gad just retired the car. He didn't want to finish that lap time, and that is completely understandable. But nonetheless, that is the end of our qualifying session. That is our last qualifying session that you'll be seeing from us till September. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Now, Shetty in P1. It's what you come to expect when you see races like this. But here we have our grid. We have our standings. Wilson never set a lap time, actually. But Shetty in P1, Gad in P2, Hernandez P3, Perry P4, Galata P5, and to finish it off, Wilson in P6. You'll be hearing from me now in the formation lap, and get ready, because we're going to be in for a great evening of racing. See you now.
Locals to fans from around the world. Special guest Kimmy Boards will be enjoying the weekend from sea to
And we're back following the Shetty on the formation lap. 6 drivers ready to go, revving up their engines, going straight to the grid. They're getting their tires warmed up, getting them sticky on this track. And we see Shetty here doing a little bit of an S shape. If you know what that is, if you don't, I'll explain it. It's just to get telemetries on them tires, get them warmed up, get them nice and sticky, ready for them corners, and stick that car straight to the asphalt in Belgium. Now, what I will say here is 6 drivers, 22 laps of racing, if I'm not wrong, with a hell of a lot of action we're going to see. Shetty setting a very quick lap time of 42.3, I think it was. Yeah, 42.3. Very, very quick lap time, and by no means is anyone else setting a slow lap time. 43s and 44s flying out the door. Wilson, though, never set a lap time. So, you know what? Maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he's ready to have a final sprint from the back of the grid. 6 drivers. He hasn't got a lot of people to overtake. And honestly, that brings a lot of challenge when it comes to Shetty. He knows now that if there's a mistake, there's not a lot of drivers to overtake. But that also means people at the back have way more chances of catching up to Shetty than they would have if they had more drivers. But we're seeing here, following with Shetty, followed by Gad, followed by Hernandez, Berry, Glata, and Wilson to end off the tail here. This is going to be a very good race of racing, a good evening of racing, pardon me there. But what I'm ready to see is maybe a masterclass here from Hernandez or Gad. These 2 drivers in the top 3 position. Gad will have the preferable race line going into corner 1 to attack Shetty. This is exactly where Shetty could lose the race. You never know. It could all happen in one lap. Hopefully no contact gets made. But you know what? As I say that, let me just pull up the telemetries for everyone because I just forgot about it completely. Pardon me there. But there we go. We're going to be hiding our little UI there so everyone can see what we're going to be watching here. The last set of drivers going into their grids positions to slot into 5th and 6th. The rest of them are ready. Shetty like a bullet looking ahead. Now, if you see, actually, correction if I'm wrong, Shetty's got the preferred racing line in P1, but we're seeing it. Here come the 3 red lights right now, going into 5, and I think it's exactly what we're going to see. It's lights and away we go. Racing has started in Belgium, in Spa. We've started the last race of our season, and Shetty gets a remarkable start. We're seeing Gad and Hernandez. Hernandez just staying right behind Gad, and Gad staying straight behind Shetty right there. Everyone's staying in their positions as we expected, but what I'm expecting is, correction, what have I just seen? Perry is on a medium compound compared to everyone else on the softs. Maybe Perry knows something that we don't. But Betty already making up positions here, overtaking Hernandez into that P3 slot. Hernandez being shuffled down into P4. Perry getting the move done relatively quick into the race. Only one lap, not even a lap has started. We've only just got a little bit of corners going and there's already been an overtake. Great start so far. A little bit of a lockup from Perry there. Now, this is what I mentioned when we had these 6 drivers here. This is the best thing about it, is we will have everyone in view during this race. Did someone just go off the track? It was Perry. Perry made contact with the wall there. Something happened to his car. He must have had such a bad lockup or something happened. I just misjudged his braking. Well, we just saw it there. Perry went into the wall, losing, I'm assuming, a part of his wing. He hasn't, though. No damage has been done to his car, although his tyres have definitely been shredded there. We're following here with Gad, who is currently absolutely right behind Shetty, smelling that exhaust pipe right off of him. With half a second to him, if he can maintain this gap to the DRS zones, and when DRS gets enabled, we might be seeing a very good overtake from Gad here, which would be quite fun to see, is an overtake from Sherry. Just the battle of these two might be monumental this race. Sadly, Perry getting a little bit of contact in the wall though. As we see Sherry lock up there, Gad gets that corner a lot better than Shetty did, but Shetty had a lot better of an exit on that second part of the chicane. Setting a 48.2 to put our fastest lap, obviously from a stop position, is going to be quite slow compared to a rolling start. DRS has been enabled. That means here we're going to be seeing Gad and then Hernandez and Glata, potentially Glata actually, but Gad and Hernandez will definitely have DRS as they go up into Rouge and Radion. Godzilla is following Shetty with no intentions of giving any weight to it. With DRS open, he knows now he's in the prime position to attack Shetty. Although Shetty is activating all his ERS, you can see him reeling him in though, although Shetty did that spectacularly with 33% left compared to, well actually now they're on the exact same amount, but Shetty calculated that perfectly with ERS. Wilson with a 3-second time penalty already. Don't know what's happened to Wilson there. But nonetheless, we'll keep following here with Gad and Shetty. Gad following Shetty so close. And I'm pretty sure we'll be having another DRS zone in the pit straight. We just need to hope that Gad stays right behind Shetty to keep up that position. Hernandez, though, as well, will have DRS onto Gad. Maybe Hernandez himself will bring a bit of just a bit of battling to it. Perry, though, overtakes. Something might have happened to Wilson there. Wilson might have gone off track. We know that Wilson's having a bit of difficulties around this track. We saw it in qualifying, and we're seeing it evidently in the race. Perry gets back in position like it was nothing already. Now, that is good if you're a Perry supporter or if you're Perry himself. But if you're a Wilson fan, that is shambolic to see. He's already got 3 seconds worth of time penalties, and we've only just started the race. It's 3 seconds worth. As we're seeing it, Gad will have DRS open, and so will Hernandez. Gad is closer, though. I think we might be seeing maybe a potential overtake here. But there we go. Shetty setting a 45.4. Great lap time to start off this race. Going into the first corner here, Shetty that's a bit of a lock up there. That's his theme today, apparently. He's locking up the tyre and creating a bold spot on them. Now, that really will impact his racing, especially on Spa. We're going to be seeing it now again with Gad having another DRS section here. Now, he is closer than he was last time, and you can see it here. He is reeling him in, but Shetty just keeps that distance going because of the ERS consumption. He knows what he's doing. Sherry's a very competent driver. But we're going to be going with Hernandez now. Hernandez following right behind Gad. Pardon me, I'm inconsiderate of me, to be fair. His real name for us is Mr. Haircut here in P3, soling it right behind Gad. Gad knows now he's got Mr. Haircut straight behind him, ready to attack, ready to lunge at any given second. It just needs to be shown to him. He needs to see a little bit of a window. He will have DRS in this race, and we know that is for certain. We know that Hernandez can stick to the back of Gad, and Gad can stick to the back of Shetty just as good. Now, it's not to say that there will be an overtake, but here's to hoping, because look, if you see there, Gad is getting these corners quite a lot better than Shetty is. I don't know what's happening with Shetty, but right now, as we're seeing, he's not in form as it would seem. Hernandez as well is following right in suit behind Gad. Gad is making a great time to Shetty, and I think going into that corner, if he can get the chicane perfectly done, we might be seeing a little overtake potentially from Gad to Shetty. Now, Shetty being quite a quick driver, it does demotivate some of the drivers. Nonetheless, though, if you are racing, never lose motivation, because even though Shetty is good, you are good in your own regards as well. As you see Gad there, he lost a little bit of time there with a little bit of a spin on the last corner there. But Gad is closer now to Shetty. If he can keep up this distance exactly, we know that we might be seeing an overtake from corner 6 into that long straight into corner 7. As they head into Eau Rouge, Hernandez, Mr. Haircut over here, is closer now to Gad. Maybe we see a Hernandez overtake on Gad going into this long straight here. They both will have DRS, so it's a bit hard for Hernandez to try and overtake. But Gad, though, is closer. He tried it down the inside there, but he's getting closer now. Gad knows now that there is a weak point in Shetty, and Shetty took that corner quite badly there because he had to move over to try and come back against Gad. He looks down the inside. He's not going to get the move done. It would have been a bit late and might have caused a bit of a situation there. Although he is so close now that Shetty knows he's got a formidable force behind him. And I did say it, Gad is a very quick driver, so we do know he can bring the heat from the kitchen and deliver it straight to Shetty. As Shetty goes off form there, he's losing a bit of form. We've seen it just there in our own eyes. Going over them white lines, getting a warning for sure. What is happening to Shetty, we're not sure, but evidently the pressure of Gad has affected him there, because now he knows he has to stay on his A game to stay in first. Now, like I said, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of it, because Shetty has won in the end of the day. Shetty has won this championship. But when it comes to winning the race, that is a different story in a complete scenario here. But Hernandez as well is half a second off of Gad, and Gad is half a second off of Shetty. Shetty now knows he's got two drivers that are equally as close. Shetty there spins. He has a lock-up there. Shetty lost the rear tyres. Don't know what's happened, but this brings a lovely situation for Gad. We might be seeing a little bit of an overtake going into that long straight now. I don't know how he didn't get the overtake done. Gad made a little bit of a mistake there, but Shetty, in the end of the day, got a bit too hot there to handle. Now, that was unexpected to see. We're seeing the infrastructure and just the complete fortress which is Shetty crumbling in front of us. Something has happened to him today that he's not as confident in his car and he's not able to put it down. But Shetty here in P1, Gad in P2, you can see him trying to do something. He's not going to have enough runoff there. He knows now Gad is at Perry overtaking Glad there. Pardon me, it's just I'm not able to focus on everything because I just want to see these two up ahead currently. But Gad, is he going to try down the inside? He doesn't, it's too risky. But Shetty leaves it wide open though. The door was open, but he did not respond. Gad did not walk through. He knew it was a bit too risky. They're both sliding a bit, as you can see around the track. Apparently, these soft tyres are just not doing good for him. Wilson already gone into the pits for the hard compound. Wilson is in a race of his own, I'm pretty sure, to see in P6. But nonetheless, on these soft compounds, it does seem like the soft compound isn't the best tyre to see. But Galata picking up another 3-second time penalty. We've got 2 3-second time penalties for 2 drivers now. Galata and Wilson bringing in 3 seconds worth each. But as it does seem, Perry is storming through the times right now. He is 5 seconds behind Hernandez, but we do know he can compete with those times. Hernandez, though, less than half a second behind Gad, and I think we're going to be seeing an overtake here from P3 to P2 going into the chicane. Maybe we see it. I don't think so. He's just too far behind to try it. But if he keeps these corners clean, which he does, Mr. Haircut keeping it as fresh as his trim, we know he gets it done. He's going to have DRS open, but so will Gad. Gad is going to be able to defend himself very well here with that DRS from Shetty. But Hernandez, might I say, is keeping it very, very clean on the track. He's taking these corners a lot tighter than the other two up ahead of him. And honestly, it might fare out well for him. He might be able to bring the heat to these two drivers. He's definitely bringing it to Hernandez, and Gad is trying his best to bring it to Shetty. But Shetty is just, he's able to keep ahead of him. But as we're seeing it here, it's an overtake potentially from Gad to Shetty. He goes around the outside, and Gad gets to move down. He cuts the corner though. He didn't have enough break-off room, and he gives the position straight back to Shetty. A bit of an unsafe return to track there to Hernandez, nearly colliding with each other. But Gad got the move done, but as soon as he got it, he has quickly lost it there as well. He just had a little bit of late braking there. He hadn't got enough runoff, and he just got a bit too hot to handle. He didn't realize how much of the track was left, and evidently he paid for what it was. Hernandez though has absolutely loved that, because now he knows that he is able to overtake. He's able to overtake Gad a lot easier, because he is now even closer than he was in the previous lap. 6 laps have been done. 3 of the 6 drivers have gotten 3 seconds worth of time penalty, with Perry picking up one just now. But Hernandez is reeling in Gad. Gad is in a very sticky situation now, because he knows now that Hernandez is close enough to attack. Although, he won't be close enough into the chicane. I don't think so, at least he won't be. He's 400 off. He's going into the chicane here. Hopefully nothing happens. We've seen both the drivers lock up though. Hernandez keeping it clean. He does keep a lot more momentum going through that last chicane more than Gad. But Gad, with that DRS and ERS, he is able to just absolutely maneuver the car better and keep it just going quicker for him. Hernandez though, with 95 ERS, potentially will be attacking Gad in the next lap, in the next corners here. We're seeing them go down in Oru Saradion. Gad is under a lot of pressure now, with not nearly enough ERS to defend from Hernandez. Hernandez has a lot more DRS, but he's out of the slipstream of Gad. I don't know why he's done that. He's completely just gone off of the slipstream there. Shetty and Gad, these two drivers, trying to battle it out with each other. They're trying their best, although Shetty is just so quick that at this moment in time, it doesn't seem possible. We saw an overtake, but Gad just didn't manage to stick with it. He managed to just get it for a few seconds and then lose it just as quickly as he got it. Now, in the chat, I want some activity here. Give in your opinion. Who's your driver of the day? Who do you want to see win? And who do you think will do an absolutely spectacular race? Give in your opinions in the chat. We'd love to hear it, because we had a lot of interactions during qualifying, but not so much during the race. Hopefully you guys are still interested. I think we're doing it. We've got a pretty good race ahead of us. So give in your opinions. Ask me questions. Ask whatever you want to ask. It is completely welcome, and we'd love to see it. But we're seeing here, once again, is with Gad and Shetty. Gad is not able to get close enough, as Shetty is braking further and further away. If this keeps up, Shetty will be completely safe and out of the DRS range from Gad. Hernandez, though, is doing a great job at staying right behind Gad. Gad knows, though, that if he makes mistakes, Hernandez will capitalize, and he did at one point. He wasn't able to completely capitalize because Gad managed to keep in and do another great set of recovery there. But in the end of the day, he knows that he's able to lose that position that he's got currently. And Shetty knows as well the exact same thing. He did get overtaken, but he did know that he could get that back. It just shows that, like, no matter what, in the end of the day, he's able to keep that level of prestige with him. As we're seeing it, it does look like Sheddy will be getting out of that DRS range when it comes to this next lap if Gad doesn't respond to it quick enough. He's already a second ahead. Gad's got his DRS open, but I don't think that's enough to even try. That's enough. That's actually, Hernandez was trying to attack there, if I'm not wrong. I didn't even notice. I wasn't looking at all there. But Hernandez is so close to Gad that we might be seeing a Hernandez overtake on Gad. Sheddy is breaking that barrier though, losing the DRS train that is currently over just right behind him, which isn't good for Gad, because if Gad loses his DRS, that means that Mr. Haircut can overtake and just completely take that second place position from him. Boy, as he had a little bit of an incident there, a little bit of a lawnmower. He gets his car. Oh, it's what I mentioned during the qualifying, isn't it? In corner 12, it's that corner that you lose the car. And you know what? For the first time in a long time, I'm going to say it, that was a bit of a commentator's curse. I mentioned it and it happened. Sadly, that means Hernandez has completely lost his chance of overtaking currently. Although, Betty has done a great time here in P4. Because of Hernandez making up that little mistake there, it brings that great amount of seconds towards Perry's time to allow him to overtake and try to attack that P3 position to get onto that podium step once again. We know he's used to it, but Betty drifts around the corner there. Hernandez and Betty both going into the pits at the exact same time, but Gad and Sheddy both staying out. The undercut is currently underway by Mr. Haircut and Perry themselves. Now, the soft tyre compound evidently hasn't done very well, but neither has the medium for Perry. Perry's medium compound tyre did not hold him nearly as long as it should have. It was 8 laps. The soft tyres have actually managed to carry more pace through this race. I'm assuming something must have happened with Perry. I mean, we did see it in the first few laps where he did manage to just go off the track, but to cause that much damage to the tyres, I don't think that's enough. But Hernandez going into new mediums, so is Glata, and Perry going onto softs. I don't really see the vision here. Going on to softs this early into the race with your first pit stop, we might be seeing a double pit stop strategy here. It's only 9 laps have been done. We're not even halfway through this race yet, and we've already seen 3 pit stops. Actually, correction, 4, because Wilson already gone to the hard compound. I don't really understand what's happening here though, because Perry going into the soft compound really does throw a spanner into the works. We know the soft compound is lasting at least 8 laps at this moment in time with Sherry. We know that it can last 8 laps, and that is definitely not enough to get to the end of this race. I don't know what the strategy is, but Hernandez going into the medium is quite smart. We do know that is the tyre that can take you that long distance. Obviously, the hard being the best compound for long distance, but it's definitely not the quickest around this track. As we've seen with Wilson here, 12 seconds behind Gladbach. It is a shame to see because, honestly, Wilson's a very quick driver, but he just keeps making those mistakes. I think we're going to be seeing Sherry going into the pits now, which would be quite smart. Exactly what he does. Gad, will he be doing the same thing? Gad goes into the pits as well, drifting his Formula 1 car into it. That means the soft tyre has a predicted lifespan of 8 laps to 9 laps at the least. Now, that is definitely not enough to last you the rest of the race if you are Perry. But Hernandez here does, I'm pretty sure, he won't be able to overtake Sheddy though, but he does get an undercut done quite lovely onto Gad, and we're back into battling action here with Gad and Hernandez. These two drivers, Gad isn't going to be able to respond to it quick enough. Hernandez gets the move done at the bottom of Radion. He gets the move, pushing himself up into P2 with a great strategic move there in his early pit stop. 2 seconds behind Sheddy. But nonetheless, Gad and Hernandez are back to battling it out down this long straight here. Obviously, Gad is on the newer compound tyre, but nonetheless, Hernandez is just 1 lap older. It's not really going to be much of an impact. But Hernandez gets that move done absolutely brilliantly, going down from corner 2 into that long straight going to Eau Rouge and Radion. It is a lovely move to see. It was bloody lovely to see there from Hernandez. He got the move done, he stuck it down, and he made sure he knew what he was doing. Gad didn't know what to do in that situation. There wasn't really much to do. He just came out of the pits. It's such a shame to see if you're Gad, but Gad knows now that he's got a battle ahead of him. Perry as well is not that far for these two drivers. We know Perry now can deliver the heat. We're going to be going on board with Gad. I'm pretty sure as it stands right now, the battling of Sheddy is a bit out of the contention. He's 2 seconds ahead. And this will just, unless Sherry has a little bit of an incident, I don't think we're going to be seeing much from Sherry this race. Sorry if you're a Sherry support, I will be tuning in on him every once in a while, but we want to get as much battles as we can. And that is going to be here with Gad and Mr. Haircut himself. Perry as well might be able to deliver some great time, but we'll just have to wait and see. What we're going to be seeing now is Gad and Hernandez. These two drivers, if I'm not wrong, they're both on the medium compound. Let me just, yeah, if we see here, all the drivers are on medium compound except for Wilson and Perry. Perry going onto the soft compound, and Wilson has been on the hard compound for the past 5 laps. We're now halfway through the race. We've got 11 laps to go. Now, this is really where I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. What is your strategy in this situation? I know we have a driver here. We've seen it. I think it was Mo. Yeah, Mo, if you are still watching the stream, which I do hope you are performing in the next season. Maybe we'll be seeing Spa on the calendar. We haven't released it yet, but best you believe, during the next few months, we will be updating you guys on our social media platform on Instagram at Esports Gibraltar. GevGajib, you just search that up. You will be seeing us there on Instagram. You'll be seeing our posts. We're going to be counting down the days. We're going to be posting regular posts here. We're going to be commenting on what we're going to be doing, how it's going to categorize itself. But if you are there in the chat and you want to join, remember, go onto our website at Gevga. You will be seeing a little form at the bottom to contact us. Give us an email and you will be enrolled in the next race if you are ready to do that. But given your opinions here, what is your strategy that you would use in this race? With 11 laps left, what is your tire compound you would choose? Would you do the mediums to the softs? Would you do the softs to the hards? What would give us a little bit of information here. Give us your opinion. Give us what you want to do, what you would do in this situation, and maybe, who knows? Maybe the people in the chat right now, we will be seeing you in the next race. And honestly, I hope to see it. But Gad is closing in on Mr. Haircut here. 300th of a second into the chicane. Maybe an overtake gets done into the chicane here. I don't know. It doesn't get done. It's just not close enough. But Gad will have DRS on Hernandez. Hernandez doesn't have DRS from Shetty. He's too far back. But Gad gets that DRS open. We know it can happen. But he doesn't get the move done. Maybe going into that long straight after Radion there, we might be seeing an overtake here from Gad. We know these two drivers are probably going to be battling it out for quite a long time left in this race. Less than halfway now. We know now, in this race, anything can happen. Because as we're seeing it here, is Gad. He's going to be going around the outside of Hernandez. He gets the move done very early. It's obvious. Is he going to be getting the move done on Shetty? He gets the move done. Shetty slowed down. Shetty has slowed down. Wilson's retired. I know what's happened. Shetty slowed down to play with his food. That's what he's done. Shetty realized that he was going to win this race by a landslide. So he slowed down and he's going to have a bite out of his lunch here. You know, they say never play with your food, but in the end of the day, that's exactly what's happened. Shetty's just absolutely... You know what? You got to respect it because he's giving us a great time of racing here. We've got a three-way battle for the lead now. It's back in contention. Shetty slowing down his car to bring in the top performance for you guys. Now, get some hype in the chat. This is where it's going to happen again. Shetty, Hernandez, and Godzilla. These three drivers, either of them can win. Gad in P1, Hernandez in P2, and Shetty in P3. Shetty slowing down his car voluntarily. You know what? Give him a round of applause. You know, it just shows that category driver is. He knows he can slow down enough to bring in the heat and just combat against these drivers, which is great to see because now we've got battles on battles going on. So we got to thank Shetty for that to bring us some great racing action. What a great time. We're going to have a great race now. Oh, Hernandez though goes wide. He misses the braking point there and he just nearly breaks into the barrier. Shetty making up another position. Gad saying a quicker lap time of 45.1. Now Shetty has Gad in his hindsights again. He knows now that Shetty is behind him. And I know if I was Gad, I would be quaking at this moment in time because you know that a driver like Shetty, it's not a matter of when he'll overtake. It is a matter of how he's going to overtake because he will definitely get the move done if he's given the window. As we're seeing it here on the long straight, Shetty gets the move done already. They're side by side going into corner, I think corner 7 here. Shetty gets the move done very quickly. As quickly as he gained it, he loses it just there as well. What a shame to see. But you know what? The move gets done. The battle for the lead has already been lost from Gad. Shetty claims it once again. Maybe we see Sherry slow down once again. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me at this point. But so far, it's quite a good race. Thank you for the response there, Ashley, in the chat. We'll be commenting on you guys. Thank you for the support. Given your opinion, what would you do in this situation? Who's your driver of the day, and who do you want to see win? Because now we know Sheddy wants to play a little bit, so we might be seeing some interesting stuff from him here. With 5 drivers left, Wilson sadly retiring his car. I'm not sure what happened, but sadly he's out of this race now. But Gad gets the move done on Sheddy. I didn't even notice. That just shows how unexpected some of this stuff is. Gad getting the move done on Sheddy. Sheddy's going to want to respond to Gad already. He's getting it done. We're seeing it here on camera. Gad following is just leading the trail here. Sheddy's going to be trying it maybe into the chicane. He does around the outside. I don't know how much room is left for him. Sheddy tries the move. He gets the move done. He doesn't though. Sheddy and Gad side by side into the chicane going down the pit straight. Gad keeps the car super new to the track. Great defending there. Down the inside goes Sheddy, and he gets the move done onto Gad. Gad getting so close to each other. They make contact. There's been contact with both drivers. I don't think there's front wing damage on either car, thankfully. But in the end of the day, that is what happens. There is some contact. As they go into Eau Rouge to Radion, Gad right behind, and Hernandez following in suit right behind these 2 drivers. Gad's going to get the move done around the outside of Sheddy. Sheddy is then just not able to respond with the complete force that Gad has responded with here. As they go into corner 7 to 8, Sheddy is tailing right behind Gad. Gad bringing in the heat and intensity, which we love to see. I did say there was going to be battling with these 2 drivers, and thankfully I was correct. There is great battles up ahead. Sheddy tries it down the inside, doesn't see the move there, doesn't make the move. But as they go into corner 12 now, a very, very infamous corner which we saw Hernandez spin out on, it can mean the end of one driver's race or the start of another's. But Gad and Sheddy are staying stuck to each other like 2 dune bugs. They love each other and they're sticking with each other. You can just see the determination in both these cars. You can just see how they're driving and how defensive they're being. And honestly, it is lovely to see, because Gad is a very competent driver, and it just shows it. Because obviously, with Sherry always being up ahead and bringing great distances, you don't really see other drivers shining. But Gad is having his moment in the sun. Gad is getting the moves done. Sherry going around the outside of Gad. There's more contact with the 2 drivers. There was contact, unless that was sparks from the car. Sherry tries maybe to get the move done down the inside of the chicane here. He tries it. He tried around the outside last time. Gad's sticking to it though. He gets the move safely. He keeps it. There's a bit of contact there. There might be front wing damage now for Sherry. I'm going to try and get a view of it. I don't think so though. There is no damage, but there's definitely damage to their ego, because they're clashing non-stop. But it's what you love to see. 15 laps of racing, the intensity's there. We've only got 22 laps in this race, so not a lot left if you're looking at it here. We've got, I think, roughly 7 laps to go, which is great, because that means we've got a few more laps of great racing here. Sheddy and Gad wheel to wheel. Sheddy gets the move done down the straight. Gad's going to want to respond quite quickly. He won't be able to get it done, but Gad loses the position exactly where he gained it from Sheddy. Sheddy now going into corner 8 to 9. We're seeing it. He's back in P1. He knows where he is. He's comfortable where he is on that medium compound. He is claiming himself as he is just a champion driver. We know he's got the champion standards, as he's won the championship already, and it's what you expect from a championship driver such as Sheddy. Just delivering great content for all of us at home. But as we're seeing here, Sherry for driver of the day. I agree. Sherry's had some spectacular racing, and I would have to agree with Sherry being the driver of the day. Remarkable racing what we're seeing from these 2 drivers right now. Hernandez though is carving away. We haven't been seeing much of him. We've been seeing him in the rear view of Sheddy though, but nonetheless Gad is very much still behind Sheddy. Sheddy is though making that distance once again to Gad, because we do know that Gad can bring the battling towards Sheddy, but when it comes to longevity and keeping that position, Sheddy just has that edge over Gad. Although, maybe I'm wrong in these coming laps, because we're going to be coming into the 16th lap now. Not much longer left in the race. But what I can expect to see, and what you should expect to see now in this race, is some absolutely brutal racing from each of these drivers. Because with 16 laps on the grid right now, we've not got a lot of laps left to go now. But with Hernandez, as we can see, he's nearly less than a second right behind Gad. He's closing that barrier. He won't have DRS going into this corner, which will absolutely shatter his chances of overtaking him. But Gad has the DRS on Sheddy. Sheddy, though, I don't think has any intention of slowing down this time. This time he's showing himself that he can win this race. This is insane, and I love to see. But you know what? We're going to be seeing here in the chat. What are we seeing here? settings uniform in the league. You know what? I'm pretty sure you can have any settings you want. We will be mentioning this because right now, next season won't be the same as this one. But in the end of the day, what you can expect to see is that we will be having roughly the same kind of thing. You can have traction, you can have your gearboxes automatic if need be. You can race on controller, you can race on a sim. You will be briefed before, not to worry. If you have any more questions, once again, we will be answering those on our socials. I'll try my best to answer for you guys now, but until that league is made, I'm unsure as of right now. But if I'm not wrong, when it comes to the traction control and gearbox, it won't have much of an impact. It's up to your preference, and there will be setups allowed. So if you want to start making your setups for the next races, get to doing that and bring the heat. But Mo, if you have any more questions, feel free, ask away. I'll try my best to answer for you. But once again, like I said, we will be informing you guys on our Instagram, and I will once again be mentioning our Instagram name, which is here right now is Esports Jib. If you go into Instagram right now and search up Esports Gibraltar or Esports Jib, you will see it. Our profile picture is our red emblem here and a black profile. If you follow that account, and you will be seeing posts from us. There's nothing right now on our socials of Formula 1 at the moment, but once we're done and once we get into the few weeks that are coming up, you will be seeing more posts from us. You'll be seeing story posts. We'll be informing everyone on what will be happening in the coming few months to lead into the next league. But as I say that, Shetty has absolutely just demolished Gad's time. Hernandez is just not able to get close enough to Gad. It's a shame to see because now there's not much of a battle anymore. The battle has been lost, but in the end of the day, and in the end, it is what happens, you know. When you have a driver as quick as Shetty, it just does happen. But maybe we see Sherry slow down. He did play with his foot a little bit before, and we might be seeing that again because we do know he's a competitive driver and he can get it done. But Gad, at this moment in time, is trying his best to catch up to Shetty. But it just shows the caliber of driver that Shetty is. He is an insane driver. And Shetty, I will mention this, he has a background in racing when it comes to real life. Likewise with my co-commentator Julian, who is at this moment in time at a track ready to race. Shetty gives in, as exactly as I say. Sherry slows down to let Gad overtake. He's playing with his food once again. He knows he can overtake and he knows he can win this race, but he wants to give some great content for all of us. And honestly, it is admirable. Thank you for Shetty at home. But as I was getting on to talking, Shetty has a great background in racing. He races iRacing frequently, so he is no stranger when it comes to racing. He is a rookie when it comes to Formula 1 in our league itself, but by no means is he a rookie in racing. This man can race like his life depends on it. And evidently it shows, because right now he gave the position to Gad, and I think as quickly as Gad got it, he's going to lose it if he's not careful. Shetty tries it down the inside. He doesn't see enough room there though, but Gad, knowing now that he's got Sherry once again behind him, he knows there's not a lot of breathing room because he will have DRS open. Sherry will be getting the move done down to the Camel straight here. We're going to be seeing it. He will have DRS open. The move nearly got done down Rouge and Radion there, actually, speaking of it. But he gets the move done there. Just DRS completely full the way through. Sherry gets the move done. Gad is striding his uniform right behind him, straight behind him. There might be a potential overtake from Shetty and Gad. Gad gets the move done again. I don't know if that was Shetty maybe giving up a position or just maybe a little bit of a mistake. Either way, Gad is in P1 once again. Hernandez is closing in on to Shetty and Gad. Hernandez getting so much closer now, which is lovely to see. I love to see this here. Gad is in P1, Sherry P2, Hernandez P3, Perry in P4, and Glata in P5. It's what you come to expect in the situation, and honestly, I love to see it. But in the end of the day, it's anyone's race. It is up for grabs. Not long left in this race. We have some Gad supporters here, which is lovely to see. We have Shetty, Gad, and Hernandez supporters, and I'm sure Perry and Glata as well. Wilson supporters probably aren't watching anymore because he is out of the race, but hopefully Wilson himself is watching. He had a good race. Sadly, DNF, it's not preferable, but in the end of the day, it's what happens. As they go wheel to wheel, Sherry and Gad. Sherry gets the move done. Gad isn't really able to defend in that situation, but Gad kept it very clean. No contact was made, which is what you can expect from Gad. Gad tries to move, and was there contact? I'm not too sure. I couldn't get a view of it, as we've got an inside cockpit view here of Gad's car. Gad gets the move done around the chicane on Sherry. Sherry definitely didn't see that coming, and Shetty just had the quilt just blown over his eyes. There was he just couldn't respond in the slightest there. What has just happened? Honestly, the fact that they didn't make contact is absolutely blasphemy to me. But Hernandez is following closer behind now because of the battling. He's able to catch up. As we're going to be seeing here, Shetty overtaking Gad once again. Going to be going side by side most likely with DRS as we see it here. Gad is not able to respond to Shetty. Gad didn't even try and defend that position there. He tried it maybe, but it didn't really seem like it. But in the end of the day, that is what you come to expect. It's just what happens in this race is that you can never predict it. Because, look, as I say, Shetty is the quicker driver in the end of the day. We know that, and it just comes down, you see it on the track. It's not bias, it's not favoritism, it's not anything like that. It's just, I'm giving you the straight cold fact, and it's the fact that Shetty is the quicker driver when it comes to the grid at the moment in time. Hernandez is very quick as well, he can compete. It's just, Shetty has the consistency and he keeps it so clean that in the end of the day, it's not really much of a challenge for him. But Perry, I think, went into the pits there. Yeah, no, he has not. But there was an overtake of Glad and Perry. I'm not sure what happened there. Perry with 6 seconds worth of time penalties, though. It's not very preferable if you're Perry. Now, what I was saying, and I'll mention it once again, other drivers on the grid that we had at the start of the season were very competent and very much able to overtake Shetty. We haven't got Guetta here this season. I'm pretty sure he is on holiday as well, or he's somewhere. Nonetheless, though, he isn't here, which sucks to see. We haven't got very good drivers here today. We've got very good drivers, but we haven't got our top performing drivers, as I should mention, because we haven't got Derek, we haven't got Guetta, we haven't got Julian, we haven't got a few drivers, because in the end of the day, Julian is racing in real life with his motorbike. He is doing a great job there. If you want to keep supporting him as well, you can search him up on Instagram. It's Julian Cipollina. You know what? Support him there. He's doing a great job in racing himself, and we will be seeing him the next season. He is a great driver on track, off track. He's a great person, so get ready there to see some great riding for him. But Derek as well, a great driver. And honestly, with Derek, we saw him battling Shetty. And I reckon if Derek was here today, he would be competing against Sherry. And that is for certain. Now, Derek isn't here. I don't think he's watching the stream. He's obviously on holiday. So enjoy your holiday, enjoy your sunshine, enjoy wherever you are. We hope you're having a great time because you brought in great quality content for all of us. Hernandez, though, picking up a 3-second time penalty. It isn't preferable in this late into the race. 2 laps in, 2 laps left in the race. Hernandez is able to attack Gad, but nonetheless, he won't be able to do much of that because he needs to make 3 seconds worth of time penalties on to Gad, like 3 seconds worth of pace onto Gad, which I don't think is enough. There's just not enough room left on the track. Obviously, it's a very long track, but 2 laps of racing to make up 3 seconds is quite difficult. But we're seeing it from Shetty here, making up a 1.5 seconds onto Gad already. It just shows that Shetty can just keep up to his own, and he is in a race of his own here. But Perry picking up another 3-second time penalty. I don't know what's happening here with Perry. 9 seconds worth of time penalty. It is not his race, sadly, from the former world champion here. He was former, he's no longer. It's a shame to see. But you know what? Nonetheless, he is a great driver here, and he has had some great races. Just Spa isn't his track, evidently. But Hernandez, it is definitely his track as he's trying to compete against Gad. On the penultimate lap of this race, we're seeing Hernandez right behind Gad. Shetty won't be really having a battle right behind him, though. It's a shame to see, but Gad makes a little bit of a mistake there. Hernandez tried capitalizing on it. We might be seeing it here. I think we're going to be seeing an overtake onto the Kemmel Straight. Now, going up Rouge and Radion, Hernandez and Gad following each other so close that they are practically within each other's cars. Hernandez is going to get the move done. I think we're seeing it now. We're going to go on board with Hernandez, going down the inside of Gad. Gad's not going to be able to respond here. Gad gets demoted down into P3. Obviously, he knows he's still got that position, though, because of the 3-second time penalty in place with Hernandez. Although, it doesn't mean that Gad can't pick up a penalty point here. Hopefully not, because we don't want to see many other drivers with penalties. We only have 2 other drivers with no penalty points, which is obviously Shetty and Gad. Shetty, a driver that we know doesn't ever really get penalties. But Shetty is slowing down, as it seems, to go back once again into P3. Shetty, he's only got 1 lap left. He's going to have to do some 1-lap magic if he wants to try and win this race. We know he can, because it is possible. Hernandez is currently P1. He's got 3 seconds worth of time penalty. He won't be staying P1, but Shetty, though, is able to just completely destroy the grid, because he's able to just play with his food. It is just textbook from Shetty. Shetty now is right behind Gad and right behind Hernandez. He's got less than a lap. Well, no, he's going to have exactly 1 lap to perform, which is just insane to think that he's letting himself down this far. He knows that he's able to do something in this lap, which just shows how confident he is. Hernandez getting his car, losing the rear end a little bit there. So does Gad. And Shetty picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's it. Shetty's picked up a 3-second time penalty. So at this moment in time, if Gad will win the race if he keeps up like this. Shetty goes over the white dot line. It's not what you want to see. I know Shetty right now might be kicking himself knowing now he's not going to win this race. In the end, it doesn't really matter. He's won the championship. But Gad is in a great position here to win this race now. He knows if he can keep 3 seconds ahead of both these drivers, he will be able to get it done. And as I mentioned that, Gad gets the move done on Hernandez down the inside. And Hernandez is in position there to Shetty as well. A double overtake has just been done on the Kemmel Straight to finish off this last lap here. 22 laps of racing, 22 laps of action. Great to see. Fantastic sportsmanship from each of these drivers. Not many incidents have happened, but Shetty is already eyeing down Gad. Gad knows he's in his best position here to get that win in this race. Shetty wheel to wheel with Gad. Gad's not going to be able to give it back to him though. Gad and Shetty, I thought they made contact there. 3 drivers, they're snaking along each other. It's a train, a complete DRS train as they would say. We're going to be going on board with Hernandez to catch a back view of this battle here. Hernandez knows now that if he can overtake Shetty, he'll effectively get P2. They make contact there. Shetty goes side by side with Gad. There's a bit more contact there with Shetty and Gad. These two drivers are so close that there's just non-stop contact. Gad, at this moment in time, will win this race. Hernandez is bringing the heat to Shetty. Hernandez gets the move done on Shetty. Wheel to wheel. They're still wheel to wheel. Shetty's maintaining it, but Shetty loses the position. It's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Shetty might lose out and get P2 here. He's going to be... Wait, if I'm not wrong, we're going to be following here Gad, though. He's going to be coming across the line for his first win in Formula 1 in Spa. He gets it, and he wins. Shetty P2, Hernandez P3, and Glata and Perry P4 and P5. Gadzilla gets his first win on the last race of this session. This league has been absolutely amazing. Gad picking up a first win, Shetty in P2, and Hernandez P3. Great racing from each of these drivers. And that wraps it up, though. That means it's the end of the race, as we're going to be following with Perry here to finish off our last race, our last quali... Oh, pardon me, what am I saying? Our last time they make contact there to finish it off. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for the constant support. That is the end of the league. That is the end of our session. That is the end of the second season of our Formula 1 Gevga World Championship. Shetty takes it home this time. We have an amazing, amazing category of drivers for our next season. We hope to see you in our next season. We hope to see the same drivers because you bring in the intensity that we needed to see. Great driving from Shetty, Gad, and Hernandez. Especially everyone had great racing, but those 3 drivers shone above the rest. I tell you that. But thank you so much for the constant support, guys. It is great to see. We love the support. We absolutely love the drivers. We thank you for your constant just support, or just staying with us the entire time, watching the streams, commenting. It is greatly appreciated and it never goes unnoticed. Thank you all. We will definitely be seeing you in the next one. Shetty is our World Championship to Pete. Now, that is it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching the stream. We will be updating you guys on our Instagram at Gevga Gibraltar, at Esports Gibraltar. Just follow us there. Go on our website as well if you want to enroll onto our next season. But thank you all for watching. It's been a great time commenting, and you'll hear from me next time in September. Have a lovely rest of your summer, and we'd love to see you next time. Take care, all of you. Goodbye.